I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today I want to talk about ginger. I call it amazing. I call it the almighty ginger because like several gifts that nature's given us, ginger is something that lies around our homes. But how often do we use it? And today the more and more science and medicine studies ginger and breaks it down in labs and makes published reports and scientific research around it, the more we get convinced to eat it. It's funny how we have to wait for science to tell us to eat something that nature's given us and that civilizations have been eating for years and years. When you hear the different kind of health benefits it has and the different kinds of ways that ginger can impact your health, you're going to surely want to make, some time to add ginger to your daily diet. Okay, so the number one component, the bioactive component in ginger that makes it so powerful, right from colds to even cancer, and we're going to talk about that. The new research that's coming in on ginger with cancer seems so promising. It's already being used across the world. It's something called gingerol. You see, every spice, every herb has bioactive components. Have you ever realized when someone tells you, hey, turmeric is healthy, and we just go on eating it? What is it in turmeric that makes it healthy? There is a bioactive compound in turmeric called curcumin that has the anti-inflammatory, the antioxidant effect and everything else. The same thing with ginger. In ginger, it's called gingerol. Number one, let's start off with colds. When you have colds, you have fevers, you have flus, ginger has been used as a home remedy for the longest time. And we can still go on using it right now. So you either cut, thin slivers of ginger and put it in the food, in the soup, or what you can also do is just make simple ginger tea, which doesn't really have caffeine in. You take like a 1-inch piece of ginger, you peel it well, you cut it, you mash it in a pestle, and then you boil it in water. And to that water, you can add what you want. If it's a child, you don't want to add green tea or black tea. But if it's an adult, you can add green tea leaves, black tea leaves, or you can just do it plain without tea leaves. You can add a little bit of cardamom, which is lychee, a little bit of cinnamon powder, a little bit of nutmeg, because all of these things are great for colds, fevers, and flus at the same time. So colds, nausea. So right from the ancient times, ginger was used when people had nausea, especially women, morning sickness, when you're carrying a baby in you, post-pregnancy, when you're car sick, when you're motion sick, seasickness, all of that stuff. You're climbing mountains, high altitudes where the oxygen is lesser. You should have pieces of ginger with you. You cut the ginger and you inhale it. It can help you overcome nausea. So by smelling it as well as consuming it in your food or in a cup of tea. So a lot of young women who have morning sickness or nausea, or even a lot of our patients who are going through chemotherapy and radiation, and one of the side effects is nausea sometimes, we make them have a nice warm glass of ginger water with a little bit of lemon and cinnamon, and they immediately start to feel better because gingerol has the ability to reduce vomiting and also reduce nausea. It's great when it comes to arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, all kinds of inflammation, because it is now classified as highly anti-inflammatory. So anything that is anti-inflammatory in nature can, number one, help you with every lifestyle disease, which is termed as inflammatory. What are some of these inflammatory diseases that we talk about? Almost everything. Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, heart disease, diabetes, cancers. These are all inflammatory conditions. So it helps you with arthritis again as a great painkiller. How does it reduce your pain? Again, by reducing inflammation in your body. You see, every time there's uncontrolled inflammation, whatever inflames touches against nerves, and these nerves sends a signal of pain to your brain, and that's how you feel it. It's great for hypertension as well. So I'm not saying that stop taking your high blood pressure medication and have ginger water and your blood pressure is going to get better. No, these enable. The gingerol in labs have been shown to bring down your blood pressure level over time. Also, to bring down your blood pressure is stress. You've got to manage your stress, your eating habits, your salts, your oils, your stress levels, your sleep, your exercise, everything. So don't just think that ginger alone is going to bring down your high blood pressure levels. Your heart, because it's anti-inflammatory. Most people today have cardiac arrest and heart attacks because of inflammation in the heart. Very few people die because of high cholesterol. Most people have cardiac arrest because of inflammation caused by a plaque buildup, caused by uncontrolled triglycerides, not because of LDL, and when your HDL is too low. So it's great for your heart. Now you can consume ginger in several forms. We'll come to that. It's also a very powerful antioxidant, making it literally a friendly food when it comes to the oxidative stress that creates inflammation in our body. So again, from cancers to diabetes, which is an inflammatory condition. Most of us need antioxidants today because of the pollution in the air, the amount of pesticides in our food, the pesticides in our water. the chemicals in our cosmetics and our shampoos and our skin that we reabsorb, all of this, the refined oils that we consume, the junk food, the excessive sugar, all causes inflammation. It causes free radicals, and free radicals need to be neutralized with antioxidants. We have antioxidants naturally in our body. It's exogenous and endogenous, which means we have it as well as we get it from the foods that we eat. But again, ginger is a very powerful antioxidant, and that's why you want to put it into your diet. The beauty of these new scientific journals and the research shows ginger as radioprotective and chemoprotective. We all know that when you go through radiation and chemotherapy in its honest attempt to kill the healthy cells, it is also causing toxicity in the healthy cells. And it is so important to have ingredients, vitamins, minerals from your natural foods that get into your system that can neutralize this. And ginger plays a huge role when you're going through radiation. Okay, also with the nausea, vomiting, but also your cellular health. And with chemotherapy as well. But coming to most cancers, right from prostate to breast cancers to colorectal cancers, almost all cancers, ginger has shown a very favorable action, positive action in the treatment of cancer. Am I saying take ginger and stop your chemo, take ginger and stop your radiation? Absolutely not. You need to take what you need. But how is ginger going to support you with your recovery, support you with your healing, prevent the primary treatment from doing more damage to you? It does it because gingerol is highly, highly anti-inflammatory, anti-cancerous. It induces cell apoptosis, something which is very necessary for every cancer patient. Because you have cancer, many of your cells have lost the ability to self-destruct. Cell apoptosis means the ability of my own cell to kill itself. So if it gets too toxic, uncontrollable growth is happening, self-destruction. That's a good immune system. Okay, your own cell induces apoptosis and it dies, not allowing that cancerous cell to become a cancer cell. But gingerol has the ability to induce cell apoptosis, reduce proliferation of cells, that's cancer cells into your body. So it should be studied as a tumor suppressant as well, because it prevents proliferation and it arrests cell cycle. Cell cycle arrest is very important because the moment the bad cells, the cancerous cells, to grow, they need energy. So they start hijacking your healthy cells and robbing nutrition, which explains the weight loss that most cancer patients see. So you see something simple as ginger. There are a lot of articles on the internet where they say ginger is 10,000 times more powerful than chemotherapy. Don't look at that. That is wrong. That is very, very misleading. Ginger is not going to cure your cancer, but ginger has a huge role in the prevention and the possible recovery of every condition which is anti-inflammatory or caused by oxidation. So these are so many ways that you can use it. Now, whether it's fresh, you can use fresh ginger, you can use dried ginger, you can use pickled ginger. A lot of countries pickle ginger with the right amount of salt, the right amount of oil. You can pickle ginger and you have it before a meal. It works as a fantastic prebiotic. It works really, really well for your gut. So ginger before the meal also, there are studies that say it doesn't make you eat too much. So, I usually like a combination of apple cider with a little bit of ginger, garlic, lemon, cinnamon, because this works as a prebiotic and it is great for your gut. Of course, you don't have to do it all the time. You can have it in a candied way. A lot of people mix ginger with jaggery and they make candies. And this is something that you can chew on if you're feeling nauseous when you're in a car, if you feel car sick or you feel seasick, and then you have ginger powder and ginger oil extracts. The simplest thing is keep it simple. You can have dried ginger at home, which is easily available, or you have fresh ginger. Just peel a bit, make it into a tea, add it to your food, make it into a powder, mix it with different spices. It is so critical that we use ginger in our diets. Of course, if you're allergic to it, and a lot of people say, oh, is ginger heaty, they don't understand that any food can be heaty if it's not consumed the right way. But when you mix ginger with your dals or you mix it with your food, it can reduce the amount of heat. So now don't go and overdo it on ginger. Usually a small 1-inch piece is more than sufficient for all of us in your food. If you have a lot of acidity, don't try to cut pieces of ginger and eat it raw because you can immediately start getting more and more acidic. It's better that you boil it into a calming tea or you add it to your food. So these are gifts from nature that exist in your kitchen. Use it the right way. It may not take away your disease, but it's surely going to make you better and also possibly contribute to prevention. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.